Hello and welcome, Summer 2017 Calculus 1 Internet students. My name is Robert D. Giovanni. I'm the instructor for this course. And what I wanted to do is use this online orientation video to take you through all the specifics of the course. I know that it's a lot to ask you to sit here and watch a video. I imagine this is going to be 30 to 45 minutes long. But I'm going to talk about a lot of things that you might have questions about later. So, at least you can come back and watch this video if you need to, to get some of those questions answered. If there's anything in this video that I don't cover, feel free to contact me and, let me know what questions you might have. So first, let me start by showing you the Northwest Vista website and how you get to our course. You're going to click on this tab, Log into ACES. And then you're going to go ahead and put your logon information in here if this comes up. Oh, I guess I was already logged in. Let me sign out because I want to actually take you through this again. So log into ACES. There we go. So this is the login screen, and if you don't know what your ACES username is or your password, go ahead and click on this. I'm going to assume you know how to do that. And then now we're going to get into this page where you're going to click on this My Courses tab. And then in this drop-down list, make sure you're looking at Summer 2017, and then it'll list what courses you're enrolled in. So Calculus 1, we're going to go ahead and click on this little home icon. And this will take you to the class. Now, I imagine most of you have already been able to do that part. So let me take you through the main page of our course, and actually I'm going to make this look like what it'll look like for you. So let me just switch something over here. There we go. All right, so this is what it's going to look like for you. So let me go through these tabs on the left-hand side. This is our main page, but we have grades here, so this is where you'll go to see how you're doing in the course. Your course syllabus is here, files that I have for you are here, the discussion board, a link to the different people in the class, which are your classmates, and then this Collaborate Ultra is like an online whiteboard or a place that we can meet if we need to. If you got questions, I can meet you online and I can kind of show you how to do math. But we'll get to that a little later. Let me start with the syllabus. And there will be a lot of things I talk about in the syllabus that I will go into more detail about, but just for now, let's bring this up. I realize that you can read, but it's very important that I go through this because this is our contract. So this is an 8-week summer session. We are going to have 2 class meetings. That's for 2 exams. So it's like a midterm and a final. The dates are already set, the times are already set, so you need to make adjustments to your life, your work schedule, whatever other commitments you might have, and see about making yourself available at those times. So hold on just a second, I just got an important text here. Sorry, almost done. All right, so make sure you make the adjustments that you need to in your life to be available for these 2 dates. If for some reason you live out of town, or if you have a work conflict that you absolutely cannot get out of, you will be allowed to take the test off campus or even on campus if I can find a place for you to go take it. If you're going to do it off campus, you have to find a proctor, and that means a local school or library that can administer the exam for you. And it's very important that it's a testing environment that they can provide for you. So standard way of doing this, you go find a testing center, and then you contact me, you give me their name, email, and phone number, and their affiliation, and then I will go and contact them to make sure that everything is legitimate. I do ask for a 2-week heads up for this. So if the exam here is on July 6th, you can't send me a request to take the test off campus on July 1st. You've got to go 14 days prior. So start thinking about this now and send me information. That gives me a good 2 weeks to work with the proctor to make sure that I can get all the information they need. And those are your only options. Oh my goodness. Let me try something. Okay, there. I silenced my phone. Okay, so give me the time I need to get the logistics set up with the proctor. If you do not take that exam, it'll be counted as a 0. So there's you can't, again, if you call me up 2 days before and like, hey, I can't get off work, then there's nothing I can do for you, because you know ahead of time here that you've got to make arrangements for that day. All right, I already told you my name here. My email address is here, although we will not use this email address. We're going to be using this inbox over here, but I'll get to that later. This is where my office is located. This is my cell phone number, and all I ask is that if you're going to text me, which is fine, just make sure you include your name and what class you're in, and then just go ahead and text me whatever you need. Now, because this is an online course, I really need to encourage you to text me. If you ever need help, all right, I'm available to you 24 hours a day. I may not answer at 3 o'clock in the morning, okay, but I will get back with you as soon as I possibly can. And one really, really good way to use the texting is to just take, like if you're working on a problem, you can't figure out the answer, you're not getting the same answer as the computer's getting, then you just take a picture of your work, you text it to me, and I look at your work, I try and find the errors, and then I can work something out on paper and text it back to you. So please take advantage of the fact that you have access to me anytime. Now, I will have some office hours. Right now, I don't know when they're going to be. I need to set those up. But I'm thinking Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 10 to 12 would be the times I'd like to be there. But right now, let's just make it by appointment. So if you want to meet with me, just call me or email me and we can set something up. I live very close to work, so it's not a problem for me to just run up to work real quick and meet with the student for an hour or two. Now, what you actually need for this course is an access code, which I provide for you right here. You're going to go to this website and you're going to use that access code to get registered on this website called WebAssign. And this is where we do all of our homework, and all of our online tests are all submitted through this system, WebAssign. Now, if you've used it before, you will not have to create a new account, but you will have to pay to get access to the course. So you'll do that online, and you'll do that using a credit card. I'll actually show you how that's done. You know what? I'll show you right now. Let's just do that. So you would go, you can click on this link, hopefully. That didn't do anything. Let's see here. There we go. So you come to this page. This is the WebAssign page. And if you've never been here before, you hit Enter Class Key. And this is where you will put in this code. So I'm just going to copy this here. Yep. Copy it. And, this is not working. Interesting. It's not letting me enter a class key. Well, that is not good. Let me see. Oh, there it goes. All right. So here's where you would put in this stuff here. It's the name, and then it's the 2 4-digit numbers here. And then you submit it, and it's going to confirm, okay, is this Math 2413, Section 11, Robert D. Giovanni, Northwest Vista? Say, yes, this is my class. And then you're going to create a new account if you never have, or if you already have an account, you'd select this. And then at this point, I can't really continue because I have an account. So and I'm the instructor. So what will happen is you'll have the opportunity to either pay by credit card, or if you bought a brand new book that has an access code in it, you can use that access code, or you can get temporary access. And that's what I always recommend for students, is to get temporary access. I think it gives you like 10 days or something like that, where you have access to the course, but you don't have to pay for the first 10 days. And that gives you an opportunity to see if this is really for you or not. So go ahead and go through the enrollment process through WebAssign. And that's really the only material that you need in terms of buying something. And I do have a deadline. You need to have done this process of getting enrolled in WebAssign by June 8th. That's Thursday. Or you will be dropped from the course. So just because you're here in this, what we call Canvas, this is the Canvas page or shell for our course, you still need to get into WebAssign for me to consider you to be actually in the course. So you'll have that deadline. Now this course is based on a book, but you don't have to buy this book. This book is available to you electronically, and I'll show you that once I get into the class. But if you just want to know what the book is, this is it. See, I say here, do not purchase the book. All right. All right, there's one additional thing that you must have, and that's a binder. You must keep a binder, an organized binder for this course. It must have sections. The sections will include your handwritten homework, your handwritten exams, and any notes that you take while you're watching the lecture videos. And then I have here, you can click here and watch a little video of what a good binder looks like, and a bad binder. Now, at the end of the semester, you will turn that in, and I will look at it and just make sure that you've been keeping all your materials together. And it's part of your grade. I'll show you that's about, I think it's 4% of your grade. But there's a big kind of catch here, which is why this is in red. If you don't actually turn in a binder, and if I don't ever get a big, if I don't ever get the binder that has all your work together in it, then I'm basically going to take all your work that you did online and just throw it out. So I need supporting documents for everything you did online. And that binder is my way of being able to do that. So please make sure you do not forget this binder for this course. Now, in terms of calculators, you're going to come on campus and you're going to take 2 exams. During those exams, you're not allowed to use a phone. You're not allowed to use any calculator that uses a CAS system, which stands for a computer algebra system. Those are things like the TI-89, the TI-Nspire CAS. Those are not allowed on that midterm or final. You may use like a TI-84 or 86. If you have any questions, just let me know whether or not your calculator's acceptable. Now, the course descriptions, this is Calculus 1, so these are the things that we plan on covering. In order to be in this class, you need to have passed pre-cal with a C or better, or perhaps tested into this course. Here are the core objectives, here are the outcomes, and standard grading scale, 90 to 100's A, 80 to 89's B, so on and so forth. This is a college level course, so there's no, like in some developmental courses, they have things called like IPs and stuff like that. That does not factor in here at all. It's A, B, C, D, or F, that's it. Let me see what else we got here. Okay, so here's the breakdown of the grade, the binder, but remember I said this must be turned in or you'll fail the course. So again, if you don't turn in the binder, then everything you did at home doesn't count. So you're automatically going to fail. So you have to have this binder. Now, if you turn it in, you're going to get, that's 4% of your grade. Now, the homework assignments are all done online. That's 10% of your grade. Your exam 1 and exam 3 are both done at home. Those are both 15% of your grade. And then the huge chunk of your grade is going to be the midterm, which is exam 2, and the final, which is exam 4. Those are 28%. Those you have to do, you know, in a classroom setting. You'll still be doing it on a computer, but it'll be a completely different environment than you sitting at home. So you need to be prepared for those. And I'm going to talk about how you can prepare for those right now. So in terms of the on-campus exams 2 and 4, what you need to bring is yourself. Oh, this is not right. The exam actually begins at 9 a.m. So I will change that. If you arrive late to the exam, I'll start deducting points from your grade. So I need you to be there on time, 9 a.m. You need to bring an ID, okay, because I'll check everybody's ID. Bring your calculator, bring pencils and erasers. I'm going to bring a form. I'm going to send you an email with a form that you need to sign. So you're going to need to bring that with you. You're also allowed to have formula sheets on your exams, so you can bring those. Any bags or cell phones that you have are going to be left at the front of a room, on the front of the room that you're in on the ground, and kind of left at your own risk. So make sure that you minimize the amount of stuff you bring with you. Now the binder you will only bring to exam 4, all right? And you need to make sure that your name is on the first page of that binder so that when I open it up, I know who you are. Now, in terms of what you should expect, I'm gonna assign you a seat in a room. You're gonna go into WebAssign on a computer, and you're gonna take I'll give you a password for the exam, and then you'll have 3 hours to complete the exam. You're gonna use Firefox as your web browser. And then while you're taking the exam, the only window that should be open during the exam is the exam itself. Okay, so if you go and start browsing on to like Wolfram Alpha or something like that, then the computer's gonna actually record that that you went off, that you went out to a different website, and then automatically that's considered cheating, and you'll earn a 0 on the exam. You also have to show all your work. Okay, you must show all of your work on all the problems in order for me to give you credit. So you're going to have scratch paper that I will provide you, and so on number 1 I expect to see some work. On number 2 there needs to be work, and then you're going to turn that all into me. All right, so when you're done with the exam, you're going to actually meet with me, and I'm going to have you then take your cell phone out, and I'm going to have you take a picture of every single page that you're going to turn into me. That way you have an electronic copy, I have a hard copy, and then what you'll do is you'll go home and you'll have the ability to review your exam online. And when you review that exam online, there's a way that you can like email me to ask for partial credit. What I'll do is I will look at your work and I will see if it's justified, if I think that you deserve the partial credit or not. So you have to do that for each problem that you want partial credit on. And then I will tell you when there's going to be a deadline for when you request partial credit. I'll give you a deadline. I'll probably give you that deadline when you come in for the exam. Okay, now this part here in green, I don't know, I've been, every single semester I try and figure out what I can do to help my internet students understand the importance of exams 2 and 4. You know, in terms of what you do at home, most students do fine. You know, you're sitting at home, you've got access to Google and, you know, YouTube, and you've got so many resources in front of you that when you're sitting there with a math problem, you can get through it pretty easily. And I know there's other things out there that are more like cheating resources, but they're there and some students use them. So, you know, a lot of students do real well on the stuff that they do at home. Then they come on campus for exams 2 and 4, and they're sitting there with just a couple of formula sheets, and they completely bomb the exams. And that means that the student is not prepared. So my advice to you is to, when you're getting ready to come to exam 2 and 4, that you go back and you review your homework. Because every problem on exam 2 and exam 4 is a homework problem. I'm not going to throw anything new at you, but you need to know how to do those. And that means do them without needing to look in your notes, without needing to go onto Google or YouTube. You have to be comfortable and understand the technique required for each problem, what the concept is. And if you can do that, you're going to do fine, but you have to practice for that. You have to put yourself in the testing environment at home to get ready for that exam 2 and 4. So I don't know how else I can stress to you to do that, but I'm putting it here in writing in your syllabus, so I hope that you take my advice. Now, there are going to be issues where you might miss a deadline. I mean, we are in an 8-week semester here. It's a lot of information to cram into 8 weeks, so you might fall behind, which is fine. You're allowed to ask for extensions. On all homework assignments, you can ask the system for extensions, and there's a little button that you can click on next to the assignment, and you can request it. Now, that's okay for homeworks, but it's not okay for tests. All right. So for exams, you'll actually have to email me and talk to me about why you missed the exam. So just so you know, you can request extensions, but there's a penalty when you do. It's 10% penalty if you miss the original deadline. So, and exams 2 and 4, you cannot ask for extensions. Those are the on-campus ones. Now, if you start missing assignments or asking for extensions, then I'm going to consider that lack of participation. So if you miss 3 deadlines, 3 different deadlines, more than 3, then I may drop you from the course. So I will be able to look at how many minutes you've logged online and how many different websites you went to and how many pages you viewed. I don't normally look at all that, but if you're struggling in the class, I usually do go take a look at, well, how many minutes have they actually been online? So if I see a lack of attendance, I will address it with you, and if it isn't corrected, then I can drop you from the course. All right, the rest of this stuff is just stuff you can read. We've got our schedule. Now this schedule I have to put in the syllabus. I have a different version of it, which I'm about to show you. But that's pretty much it for the syllabus. Let's go back to the home page. And now go through this first page here. So we've got this reminder of the deadline for you to be into WebAssign. Then we have our administrative stuff, the orientation video. This is what you're watching right now. So there will be a link to that later. Then you have the schedule. So let me save this file to my computer, which is what I recommend you do. And then let's open it up and take a look at this thing. So this schedule shows you what task you have, when it's due, and where you go to do it, and the time it's due. So you can see I have things kind of blocked off. On June 8th, which is Thursday, you have to enroll into WebAssign, and then once you get into WebAssign, there's 2 homework assignments in there that you need to do. These are just quick homework assignments that get you kind of familiar with the software. And then another one that's just going to ask you, did you read the syllabus or not? And then I put little boxes over here where you can check these off as you go. Then you're going to go through and actually get started. So your first real deadline where you have to do homework and learn is going to be June 11th. And you can see there's a big block of stuff here due on June 11th. And what you'll do is you'll follow this format. This is the way I recommend you do this. So pay attention. What I have in this course are 3 sets of videos. The first video is called a course video. This course video for 1.1 means Chapter 1, Section 1. If you click on this link, it's going to take you to YouTube. And let me mute this might be loud. Okay, so this is going to be a video that I made where I go through and I explain the topics, the definitions for that section. And I will apologize ahead of time. The audio on these videos is not the best. I had a different microphone when I made those way back when, and so it's not the best. Keep in mind that you can, on YouTube, you can increase the speed if you want to kind of go through things faster, and you can change the quality of the video. So it's all kind of up to you. If you can't see this real well, then you can, change the quality and make it bigger. So you will go and you will watch this entire video. This one is only 16 minutes long. So you watch that, where'd it go? You watch that video, check it off. Then there's another video for 1.2. So you watch that course video. That's going to be me going through and talking about section 2. All right, so here we go. By the way, while I'm working through these little course videos, the animations and things here that I'm going through, the definitions, these are all available to you online in a PDF format, so you can actually print them out if you want and not have to write all this stuff down. So you watch that video, and then you go to what's called the class video. This is supposed to say 1.1 and 1.2. The class video is a different type of video. Uh-oh, where'd it go? I'll have to, oh, there we go. I don't know why that didn't, well, no, it's 1.1. It's supposed to be this one. That link must have got broken. Well, you can see here, I'm in YouTube, and there's a class, Calculus 1 class videos here. Here's the whole list of the videos over here on the side, and we're looking at 1.1. So 1.1, 1.2. So the way these videos work is I actually had like a lecture where I was teaching Cal 1, and in that class I used a tablet PC, and I projected this up onto into the room. So you can just follow along as I work through actual examples in class. And this would be almost like you're sitting there in class, except that you can't raise your hand, I guess. But you can text me, so that's not that big of a deal, I hope. And so you watch that, okay? That's the class video. And then you go to your homework. So when you click this homework 1.1, that'll take you to WebAssign. And I still haven't shown you what this looks like, but that's where you'll go and do your homework after you've watched the videos. Now, if you are struggling with the homework for 1.1, there's a homework help video 1.1 where it's me working through the problems in WebAssign that you have to do. Now, the numbers might be different, and the values of the problems might be different, but the concepts are all the same. So let's kind of like just recap. This is like how you learn in this class. You watch the course video. That gives you an idea of definitions, topics, ideas. Class video, me working out examples in more of a classroom setting. You try and do the homework. If you can't do the homework, you have a video that can help you. And you do that for each section. All right, so you work through, your first set of stuff is due on June 11th. It's all the way up through 1.3. Then on June 18th, you've got to go from 1.4 all the way to 1.6, and you have an exam due. So you have to keep this in mind, that you don't want to start doing your work that's due on June 18th on June 17th, right? Because it's just too much material. And you have an exam at the end. This exam covers everything you've done. So hey, it's summer. It's high. It's a high-paced course. So you need to pay attention to these deadlines. Then we move on. Got another set of assignments. Look at all these things due on June 25th. And then July 2nd. Lots of stuff. And then on July 6th, we've got that exam 2 on campus. Then you continue. July 9th. Bunch of stuff due. July 16th. Bunch of stuff due. July 23rd, there's another exam, that's at home. And then July 27th, which is not even a week later, it's just later on in that. This is a Sunday, July 23rd. A few days later, you've got another couple of sections done, due, and then your final exam. See, and it says here at 9 a.m. So I have to fix that in the syllabus where it said 10. But that's it. I mean, it's a lot of material, but there it is all laid out for you, like a checklist. Okay, formula sheets. So formula sheets, if you click on that, let's see what this does. Yeah, this allows you to save your formula sheets. These formulas, you can print these out and you can bring them with you to exam 2 and 4. There's 6 pages of formulas that go back to college algebra, some pre-cal, and then calculus, trigonometry, and things like that. So, course notes. So remember I said that when I was doing those course videos, here's the class course notes. You can actually just like take this PDF file and print it out. It'll have all those definitions there. Kind of getting ahead of myself here, but trust me on that. I'm not going to download that. We'll go back to this home. Okay. Then I have the video of what's a good binder. If you're having trouble figuring out how to request partial credit for an assignment, here's a little video on how to do that. And then the last thing, remember there's 3 sets of videos: course videos, class videos, and homework solution videos. This is just another way to get to those. So if you go here for your course videos, this will actually take you to the YouTube playlist. It's just a little easier sometimes to come through this way rather than using that PDF file. And then the class videos, let's just make sure these work. There they are. And then the homework solution videos. Now, in addition to this, okay, these are the videos you're supposed to watch. In addition to those, I have other videos if you're interested. I teach Cal 1 in a face-to-face format, and they do homework problems out of the back of the book, and they don't do them online. So those problems out of the book, back of the book, I meant out of the book, not out of the back of the book. Those problems that are coming from the book, I have videos of me working out solutions to those problems. So this is just additional resource. So let me show you this playlist. So if I go to, let's see, it looks like my videos start in 1.3. I think because 1.1 and 1.2 are pretty straightforward. So 1.3 is a 45-minute video. And you'll see here, it's actually me standing in front. So here's me working through number 1, going through an explanation, and you can scroll through the video here. Let's see. There, I'm working number 6. Now that's important because I'm going to show you how you can somehow correspond these problems over to the ones you're doing, because you know yours are online. So just keep in mind that these homework solution videos, I write down the number of the problem I'm doing. Okay, and then there's also another set of videos here that were shot in a classroom setting, but it's not me. It's not me using that tablet PC. It's actually me standing in front of a room. So this again is just supplemental material. The videos get pretty decent here. So there we go. There's me sitting there going through Cal 1. Now, unfortunately, these are not organized by topics. You just have to kind of like find your way through these to see where I am. Like, let's see, on this one, looks like I'm doing, let me see, I have to get to the notes here so I can see where I am. I'm doing limits, obviously, but okay, here we go. So I am, where am I? Somewhere in here I'll be able to find it. I'm doing L'Hopital's rule. So yeah, you might have to listen to it to know where I am, or just maybe go to the video before. But again, these are optional videos, so it's just there as more supplemental help for you. So that is the main page of our course. Like I said, your grades will appear here, the syllabus we've been through. Files, let me take a look at that real quick. Files, so I have the course notes, which I showed you. I have, well, the schedule is, I already pulled that up. We looked at that. That's here. Class notes, these are, when I was using that tablet PC, every single day I would save my my notes, and I'm just going to save them to my computer. It's a little faster to do it this way. Oh, there they come. Of course, they come up now. So these are my notes, and you know, just so you have them. All right, just me working through those problems. So those are my class notes, And then the formulas you can bring to exams 2 and 4, here they are. And then homework solution, there's only one file in here. It's not that big of a deal. Okay, so those are your files. And then discussions, this is our discussion board. So if you have any math questions, put them here. Course questions, put them here. Study group here. So remember that this is a discussion board. It's open to everybody in the class. Everyone's going to see it. So, but this is where you can also ask me for help. I always recommend that if you need help, just text me. But if you want to use a discussion board, that's fine. People just allows you to link up with students in your class. You can send them emails. Just don't be harassing each other. And then collaborate. This is that online kind of whiteboard thing. Just started offering this last semester, and nobody used it. But if it comes down to, you know, a group of you want to get online, try and meet me online, we can try it and see how it works. Okay, so that's the main Canvas shell for us. Let me actually take you to WebAssign and show you what this all looks like. So I'm going to log in here. Now, it's not going to look like this for you because I'm the instructor. And if I open Student View, it's going to show me something like this, which is what it'll look like for you. And over here, you're going to see your assignments. And right now there aren't any because the class hasn't started yet. But this is where your assignments are going to appear. You'll be able to click on them and go to them. So like that homework 1.1 will appear here. And then once these assignments start appearing, towards the bottom of this, it'll show past assignments. So you can look at things that have already been turned in. And that's a good way if you need to go back and review any of your work. You can go back and review your past assignments. So just keep in mind, this is where your assignments will be, both the current ones and the ones from the past. And then here's the online book. Got to do a quick pause here. Hold on. Okay, I clicked here on that Essential Calculus. So this is bringing up the online textbook. So I can actually go to Chapter 1, Section 1, Functions and their Representations. So if you want access to the book, here's where it is. Now, what I want to point out here is that if you remember, when I was doing those homework videos for my face-to-face class, I said that I was doing number 1 and number 6. Oh yeah, you know what? It was at a 1.3 actually. So let me go do it this way. So for 1.3, here's 1.3. I did number 1 and I did number 6. Right? I did those on that board, and I said somehow I might be able to use that. You might be able to use that to help you. So let me show you how that would work. Here's those problems in the book, but when you're here, what you're going to do, I need to take it out of student view so I can show you. Whoa, where'd it go? Okay, so let me bring up the assignment. Where the heck is it? I'm having complete, oh, here we go. I want to look at all assignments. There we go. Okay, so this, again, looks a little different than what you're going to see, but let me just take you to that first, not 1.1. Let me go back. I want to show you 1.3. Okay, so 1.3, and I'm going to preview the assignment. So when you bring it up, it's going to look something like this. Okay, so it has the question and places for you to put in your responses. And here's number 2, and so on and so forth. Now, what you'll notice is that, remember, I'm going to have a video for each one of these, but if you're trying to somehow figure out what number this is in the book, what you need to do is look over here on the side and take a look at this number right here. This means Chapter 1, Section 3, number 4. So if I were to go back to that ebook and I look at, if I can find it, Where'd the ebook go? Here we go. Chapter 1, Section 3, number 4. See this one right here, number 4? That should be very similar to what you're seeing here. And it is. So that's how you can use those videos that I've made. Right? Those videos that I made, you can use those to kind of like cross-reference and align them with what you're doing. I'm probably making you dizzy here. All right, so you go through the whole assignment and then you submit it, and it'll be graded right away. Now, I believe you get like 5 tries at each problem or something like that. Let me actually see what it is. View settings. Yeah, you get 5 tries at each problem before it counts it wrong. So homework is really meant to be practice, just trying over and over and over until you understand the concept. So you will go through each of your homework assignments, and then at some point you'll get to that exam 1. So homework, 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 homework. Here's exam 1, then chapter 2. Here you come on campus. If you try and open this right now, it's password protected. You can't get to that exam. But all the others, you can just work through at your own pace. Now, there are 2 assignments in the beginning, getting started with WebAssign and syllabus confirmation. The first assignment here you have to do has to do with learning how to put answers into this system. And then the second one has to do with just you signing off that you've read the syllabus. You have to do these 2 assignments. And that's it. This is where you'll come to do all your work. I think, if I'm not mistaken, that should take care of most of what I want to say in this orientation. I'm going to bring that schedule back up just to kind of reiterate. That wasn't it. There we go. So, take care of these assignments, then watch course video, go to the class video, do your homework. If you need help with the homework, watch these videos. Now, the only thing I have left is just communication. How do we actually communicate in this course? I already told you you have my cell phone number, but officially, the way we communicate in this class is by using this inbox right here. Do not send me emails from your Yahoo account. Do not send it to me from your Gmail. Go here, and once you come into this inbox, I'm still in student view. I have to leave the student view for this to work. Go into the inbox. Here on the left-hand side is your inbox. Here's how you compose a message. You go down, you select the class, you select from this list over here, teachers, select me, and then type in your subject and send me your email. And you can put attachments if you need to. This is the official way that we will communicate. Anything I've sent to you in the email will appear over here on the left side for you. And if it has a little blue dot next to it, then that means you have not checked it. That means that there's unread email. And that's pretty much it. So let me go back to the course main page here and make sure there's nothing else I want to talk about. I guess that's it. You have my cell phone number. You're going to now go get into WebAssign, use that course ID that was on the syllabus, get yourself enrolled, start watching videos, and then start knocking out homework. All right, I hope we have a good summer. I will talk to you later. Thank you for your time.